COVID-19 pandemic has forced organizations and individuals to embrace some new measures such as social distancing and remote working. Of course, tonight we are having Diana Waithanji, who is a program associate in Akili Dada, and also she is a cyber security consultant. Welcome, Diana.
Thank you, Irene. I'm glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
All right. Now, tonight we're looking at cybersecurity. Of course, with different organizations, businesses embracing working at home. Of course, now working virtually. We are having virtual learning in schools. And also online shopping has been the buzz nowadays due to the issue of social distancing and staying at home. But there has been a risk. Cyber criminals have been taking advantage of this. And we'll start with businesses. Can you kindly tell us or elaborate why it is a risk for people working at home at this particular time when it comes to the issue of cyber criminals?
Thank you, Irene. So when you look at this 21st century, money is no longer important. Data from organization is what is money. Data is the new gold, that is how they call it. So this means that businesses and organizations will face a risk of hacking because there's a lot of information now they're storing online, a lot of transactions also going on online in terms of money, in terms of even documents being transferred through email. And so this time hackers are so alert and getting a lot of information if you're not careful in terms of your cyber security laws. Yeah.
All right. Now, there has been a new term that has been there, of course, with working at home. There's been an issue of phishing emails, something that many who are not open to the issue of cybersecurity or to technical terms might not understand. Can you kindly elaborate what are some of the risks when it comes to working at home and protecting data?
So some of the risks that anyone may face while working from home, one is hacking in terms of someone interfering with your home internet and now accessing all the data, all the traffic, all the home traffic that is going on in your organization and also at home. The other risk is the physical access of documents. Now you're working in various households, you have neighbors nearby, even people in your households. First of all, they are not supposed to be seeing information from the organization depending on how your business is set up. So even that is also a risk in terms of cybersecurity, because if they access data that is not formal or other data they shouldn't access, business secrets might go away. Another risk is cyberbullying in terms of now people are spending a lot of time online. They, let me call it idleness and despise, especially for young women. So it's also time for them to bully, which is also a form of bad cybersecurity. Yes, so those are the ways, and also children being attacked online when they are playing their games and seeing pornographic acts or things that are below 18 years old.
All right, but before we get even to children, there has been the concern nowadays, people looking for an easy way out. We understand we're having harsh economic times, but now that people have embraced the aspect of working at home, they're looking for people to install Wi-Fi in their homes, of course, so that kids can get to learn, and those who are teachers can, of course, tutor their students using the Wi-Fi network. But do you see a possibility of cyber security being put into aspect when people get to install Wi-Fi at their homes? Is it a risk when you just do not take care or you're not keen on who puts Wi-Fi network in your home?
Yes, it's a very major risk when you're not keen on the security procedures. So one thing I would advise any user, Wi-Fi is good, Wi-Fi is very affordable. So what I would advise users is to check the security and privacy policies of the internet service provider that will be providing them with Wi-Fi. Does it consider the 2019 Kenya Data Protection Law? And it's simple things such as how is their data collected, is their data stored, because a Wi-Fi network should not be collecting any of your data, even your ISP, or rather your internet service provider, without letting you know. So those are the issues they should look at and sign. And signing is even agreeing to the terms and conditions. For example, if you're using one of the major telecommunications in Kenya as your internet service provider, they'll provide you with somewhere to accept the terms and conditions. So do not accept any other Wi-Fi that doesn't have set procedures, because even when it comes to court cases where your data has been breached, you will not have any defense because you did not sign anywhere. So, and they can use your data how they want to, and even expose you if it's not secure.
All right, of course, that is a great aspect or a keen aspect to look into. But looking at how things have changed, normally in the office setup or in a company, they will have the technical team or the IT team to be sure that the net is secure. But now working at home, that has been a problem. And many have been scared that for you to look into cybersecurity, you have to be an IT guru. Perhaps can you break down what are some of the steps or practical steps that one can take to ensure that they're keen on cybersecurity, even as they continue to work from home or do what they're doing at home?
Yeah, good question, Irene. So for you to practice cybersecurity, you don't have to be an IT guru at all. Those are very two separate aspects that most organizations and individuals confuse. IT is IT and cybersecurity is protecting all the data online. Those are very two different aspects. So coming to the steps that you take while protecting yourself, first ensure that you have a strong antivirus in all the devices that you're using. This depends also with the one that your IT technician or your IT support, the IT support department has recommended. Ensure that the antivirus provides you all the security measures that are to be there. The other thing is educate all your users. For organizations, and the IT department should ensure that everyone is educated on cybersecurity awareness. Be safe, be very keen on emails, especially because right now there's a lot of phishing going on. This is where someone will send you an email with an attachment as a bait or telling you they're giving you money. So be careful on that, and clicking any other links on social media that may expose you to any data protection breaches, that is. So yeah, you don't have to be, it's just like those very simple steps, especially being keen on the links that you're clicking, because there are a lot of them. How to test COVID. Realistically speaking, you can never test COVID online. The WHO has not told us to test online, but because of the panic, now hackers take advantage of that panic, because I want to know, do I have it, do I not have it, so that I can go abroad or somewhere. So yeah, thanks.
All right, Dana, away from businesses and companies where during this COVID-19 pandemic, they have found a way to work at home, we now have children who now, because schools are closed, they now have to embrace learning through what is called virtual learning. There has been an app that has come, which is called the Zoom app, which teachers are using to tutor their students. But now there seems to be a risk, or there seems to be an issue when it comes to the Zoom app. Recently, there was a case where pornographic content was displayed while the students were learning through the app, which caused a scare, and many parents did not know how to mitigate the situation, since it was a digital thing for some. They didn't know how to approach it. But given that you're a cybersecurity consultant, what can some of the things you can identify, or some of the risk when it comes to using Zoom app for virtual learning?
So first of all, that's a very good like something that you identified, because Zoom has been there has been a lot of Zoom bombing where hackers interfere with the meetings of organization, and now coming back also to schools and displaying pornography there, or even getting into the meeting and sniffing into the meeting that they're not supposed to be. So first, the burden should not be on the parent side, it should be on the teacher side in this case. What I mean is that the teachers are the ones who set up that Zoom meeting. Zoom has given security procedures in terms of authenticating users, enabling users to get in. The host is the one who enables who gets in the meeting and out. Also, the user is the one who sets the ID, the meeting ID and the password. So the teachers should ensure that they also have strong IDs and strong passwords. I mean, not strong IDs. They generate automatic IDs and have strong passwords on the same, and do not spread it online, because most of them you come across a class that you don't even belong to, or even that you don't even know the school exists, but I have the meeting ID of the meeting. I would get in and have the meeting. So it's very important for organizations, for schools, whoever are setting up those meetings, to follow all the Zoom procedures. One thing I've been very insistent on, because I've been called by organizations in terms of Zoom bombing has happened, help us on, is that Zoom is a very secure app when you follow the security procedures, but if you don't, you'll be hacked. Just like any other applications online, the human can't be the weakest link, though not in all cases, but in these cases, because Zoom is user-friendly. If you want to transfer to another application, again, you'll invest a lot of time in training the users. So we'd rather make Zoom secure for you at this point, yeah.
All right. Now, still on children, we have the aspect that children right now are not going out to play, so they're spending most of their time in the digital gadgets, but they could be exposed to cyber criminals even as they continue to use the gadgets, of course, for playing. Perhaps what can you direct to parents even as they give the children the digital gadgets, given that in this era we have all kind of malice from on vices, from pornographic contents and to cyberbullying? What can you advocate for parents even as they give their children the digital gadgets, of course, to play with during this particular time and this era where we are in a digital era?
Yeah, to parents, ensure on the Wi-Fi advice that I gave earlier, first ensure that your network is secure so that your kid is not going online and also getting hacked. Also teach your kid on these basics, like do not click on any link. Though we know kids can be curious in terms of you tell them do not, and now that's when they want to do it. We were kids once and that's what we wanted to do. So, and then the second thing that you should ensure is that give them the links to access. Like if it's YouTube, there's YouTube for kids that is below 18. There are search engines like Kiddos that allows for kids below 18, and the content is for children and children alone. So you can give them just that access. And also for the games that they will be playing, just take time and go through the game and see whether it has weird links all through when they are playing, because some games have a lot of adverts and links that may expose you, even you as a parent, to that hacking in terms of your bank accounts, if they're online, or Facebook accounts, that is social media accounts or email addresses. So it's also good that when you're recommending your kid a game, just take your time like 30 minutes and go through the whole game and just ensure that it's secure.
All right. Now, away from children, let us look at the people who are doing online shopping. It has become the trend nowadays. You don't want to go to the market due to the scare that you may contact COVID-19. And so most of the people are doing online shopping. But there has been a risk that the cyber criminal are taking advantage of in terms of getting your financial information, of course, through your ATM cards or depending on how secure the app is. And therefore, you find that your financial details are known, or your money is even taken once they hack into your account. Perhaps what are some of the ways we can take to secure ourselves even as we do online shopping?
So as you do online shopping, first ensure that you are using authorized sellers. By authorized, I mean, for example, if Naivas advertises that they are now distributing, they are now bringing food to, or rather shopping to our homes, or Uber or anything, go to their website and counter check that the app they have recommended is the one that is indeed being used. For example, Naivas, I could change the S at the end and put a 5 and you won't notice. So when I input all my credit card credentials, my bank account might be swept up to 0, because hackers they don't care in terms of exposing the victim. So just do a counter checking. If it means calling the service provider and asking them whether it's legit, call them, but ensure that you're going to the website. And going to the website, talking about even links, is going, if it's something like KUTV, I know it would be kutv.co.ke and not kutv.org or something. So doing such counter checks and even talking to people who work there, it would be very important, because you might expose yourself to a very dangerous syndicate that is existing at this point. Yes.
All right. Now, on that, when it comes to COVID-19 pandemic, of course, there's been that panic, and everybody is rushing to buy the face mask, the sanitizers. But given that we are in the era of fake things, from fake news to fake gadgets, What are some of the things you can highlight to make sure that Kenyans are not victims to people who are pretending to be from the Ministry of Health, or to be health workers, or to be pharmacists selling items like sanitizers and face masks, which can be really fake things that can expose them?
Yes, yeah. Right now, if I get outside here, my house, I know I'll find a sanitizer. I know I'll find masks that are probably homemade, and get convinced that they're homemade and they're the best in the world. They're even better than those ones that I buy from the supermarket. One thing I would tell all users, or rather anyone willing to buy a sanitizer, a mask, buy them at authorized shops or supermarkets. By authorized, I mean those ones that have been existing, or those ones that have been recommended by the Ministry of Health. When you get into a pharmacy, there is usually a document there that shows you whether it's recommended or not. So it's very important, because like for sanitizers, they have a lot of mixtures in terms of ethanol and all those chemicals. The chemists would be at a better position to explain. So once I could expose myself to more danger if that chemical burns me, if it was not well mixed. So it's very good, rather it's advised that go to authorized users. And also in terms of information on COVID, make it a trend to go to organizations such as WHO. Their website has like recent updates of the Ministry of Health. Go there and read anything you want to know about COVID, because right now everyone has fake information, as you said, or they want to show up in your house and tell you that they are testing you from the Ministry of Health. So how do you deal with that? Yeah.
All right, now at fake websites and the scams that are there, of course, the cyber criminals have known a way of getting our attention. They will come with a quote, number 6 will shock you, watch out, number 10 will shock you. But what are some of the measures we can put in place to ensure that we don't fall victim to cyber criminals who are using fake websites and scams?
Yes, always ensure the website that you're clicking at is secure. There is HTTPS versus HTTP. So any secure website is HTTPS. Number 2, look at the website's domains. If I'm going to a UN website, it's gonna be un.org. If I'm applying for a job there, it will most likely be careers@un.org. But if it brings me careersun@gmail.com, that's fake, or careers, or rather un@careers.org, I'll know again that's fake. So counter check with the various organizations whether they are hiring or not, because at this point also people are looking for jobs, and there's a likelihood of people scamming money out of them. Give me 300,000 and I'll give you this and this job, because I work for the UN, and they give you a fake website over there. So counter checking with those organizations is very important. Yeah. So I would say like those, when it comes to fake websites, look at such characteristics. And sometimes it's too good to be true. Yeah, like earn 10,000 daily just because you clicked on a link. So also use your gut feeling. I didn't want to say common sense.
All right, now.
Can you hear me? You're frozen.
Yeah, I also noticed on your end you're a bit frozen, but they'll edit this part. Okay. Right. So finally, what can be your final words, because you're pressed on time, of course, when it comes to the issue of cybersecurity? And no, we can talk a lot when it comes to cybersecurity, but because you're pressed on time, can you finally summarize what will be your final words during this COVID-19 pandemic in ensuring that we are cyber secure, even as we embrace the digital use right at home?
So as we continue staying safe, staying in our homes and being safe, as YouTube is telling us, just also ensure that you're safe online, because that also matters. As I said, data is the new gold. Data is the new gold in this age of information. So ensure that you're staying safe, ensure that you're protecting also yourself from all cyber criminals. Yeah, and also protecting everyone in your household, especially young women undergoing GBV. Please know how to protect them during this period, and also support them in their talents. And when you go to girlbillofrights.org, you'll see rights that girls decided Akili Dada ran a campaign with, she's the first like girls put up rights over there, so you can ratify them and sign them. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Diana, for making time and, of course, giving us a perspective when it comes to cybersecurity. Of course, we'll be having more conversation onwards when it comes to cybersecurity and what are the measures we should take and the threats when it comes to cyber criminals. That has been Diana Waithanji, a program associate in Akili Dada and a cyber consultant, of course, giving us an insight when it comes to cybersecurity. She says that we cannot escape from the threat that comes with cyber criminals, and therefore there is need to ensure that we make everything secure, from our Wi-Fi to our gadgets, even to our kids, whatever they're doing, and even on online shopping. We'll be having more discussion on that moving forward, given that in this era we have embraced a digital way of doing things. We are taking a short break, but once we return, we'll be returning with more from the international news. Stay with us.